Um, I'm going to take you through some statistics, right, and show you some of the details because I've been doing a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of tuning. So I'll take you through with the tweaks that I've made and why and the effect on the stats for the city. Like I said, most of the time I do it on field, but like if you really want to refine it, then you kind of got to look at the stats and see what's going on or whatever. So let's have a look. So where should we start? What's our approval rating? We have a 90% approval rating, which is pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Um, and residential's going up, commercial's going down. Now I've been working on this for about 5 game days, something like that, just so that you know. About 5 game days, I think. So we've got a little bit of money now in the bank. We're 5.5 million. We're making about half to 3/4 of a million a day. And I'll show you. I'll show you the details. You're not going to miss anything, I promise. We've got taxes at 11%. We're shipping out fuel and crude. I'll show you that. What else do I need to tell you? Not, to be honest, a great deal. We paid off that bond. Um, yeah, I mean, not really a lot to say. Yeah, okay, move on. Population. Now, jobs. I increased the residential a little bit because you can get away with filling about 50% of your jobs, but you will get individual buildings that have worker shortages now and again, and they'll close and whatever. So I've bumped it up to about 2/3, which is pretty comfortable. You shouldn't have any closures if you're filling about 2/3 of your jobs. So how did I increase that? Because I'm going to show you every detail. What I did was I converted this stretch of road to medium density. Now I did that actually for two reasons. One was because I wanted some extra residential, some extra population, but also because this road, this low density dirt road around here, was all the way around here, and that's quite a long stretch of 2-lane road. If you get garbage trucks, like here's a conga line, right? That can hold up like fire trucks and ambulances and police cars and whatever for quite a long time. So if you've got long stretches like that, you want to break them up. So I also put in another medium density road just here, just to break up that stretch of road because it was too long. You don't want long stretches of 2-lane road. Bad, very bad. Okay, cool. So let's look at our services. So power, we've got loads of power. Water, fine. Now I moved the water. You know, I was doing the thing of putting it by the river or whatever, but it didn't look particularly nice, so I've just moved it over here next to the sewage. That's purely for aesthetic reasons. Sewage is absolutely fine. Garbage. Now I want to talk about garbage because I had a tip. Now, who did I get this tip from? I've got to look down because I've got a list of all of you guys. Um, oh, it was Rav. Rav, 8811. Now, Rav suggested putting in a road, a service road, from the garbage dump, connecting it to the other side, sorry, to the other area, right? So that the garbage trucks from one garbage dump could service both sides. So I put that in, and they don't use it. It doesn't work for me. I can't get that to work. If somebody else wants to play around with that, And like maybe you guys can get it to work. Maybe it's because I've got two dumps. And maybe if I just deleted one of the dumps, it might work. I'll do some research on it myself. But if you guys want to play around with that, I couldn't get that to work. It's great thinking outside the box, though. This is, these are the kind of ideas that we want to sort of move segregation along, and get rid of all of these like double services. Okay, so that was that one. Ravi also pointed out that I got rid of the extra power over here, but I didn't get rid of the extra sewage and water when I did the segregation. So I've done that. Ravi, good spot. Excellent. Ravi also asked, and this is the last question from Ravi. Rav asked, what do you do when the oil depletes? Okay? And it's the same for coal or ore. And the answer is, you import it. Right? Because you've got by the time your oil depletes, you've got your refineries set up. So you take out your oil wells when they've all dried up, put in a couple more refineries, import the oil, set up a trade port, import the oil, refine it, ship out the fuel. Done. Dusted. Make a nice profit. Thanks very much. Okay. Next. Hawkmoon. This was excellent. This was a really good tip, really good suggestion, really good thinking out the box. Hawkmoon, extremely cool name. Love the whole Eternal Champion thing. Elric, Ericoza, you guys don't? No, okay, never mind. Moving on. He suggested, how we had the power station over here and I ticked the global deliveries? Right, well, I've now unticked the global deliveries because Hawkmoon said, why don't you just put an oil service road, and let's have a look. Why don't you just put an oil service road connecting to the other area, and then the oil delivery trucks can go and deliver oil from the segregated area to the other area. And I put it in, and it works. It's beautiful. Great idea, Hawkman. Love it, man. Drengen 10, he's been making quite a few posts talking about different things that you can do with the oil service roads. Like you can, if you've got traffic at your entrance and you're getting global deliveries, you could put one of these oil service roads like right at the entrance and then run it down here, and then they would use those service roads and bypass all the traffic. He came up with some good stuff. Drengen 10, good stuff. Mark Michel, he suggested, well, not a suggestion, but he just provided like an alternative. Instead of fully upgrading the petroleum HQ as we did, which takes a lot, it's like you got to ship 800,000 in a day, which I've shown you is actually pretty easy. But if you wanted an alternative, if you didn't want to do that, you could place the trade HQ and the petroleum division module, and that would also unlock your trade ports and your fuel warehouses. Okay, so that's an alternative if you wanted to do it another way. Excellent. Next. Right. Mr. Aaron Orson again. Right now, he's been trying to do this, and he's been having some trouble with the segregated area. He's got like a chicken and egg situation because his power station hasn't got any workers, so he hasn't got any power. But because he hasn't got any power, his railway station doesn't work, so he can't bring any workers in. So because he hasn't got any workers, his power station doesn't work, and because he hasn't got his power, his railway station doesn't work. And it's like, well, how do you fix that? Well, the simple answer is put in a walkway or put in streetcars, or because then they can walk or they can catch a streetcar, and you put the streetcar depot on the residential side and you're done. So you can fix it like that. Cool. Um, what else? I did. I told you about the boring thing about close everything down, um, connect a road to the and let all the cars out and whatever. I did that, so it's nice and clean. There's nothing in here that shouldn't be in here. Um, let's just flick to the roads view, and as you can see, there's wow, there's like 3 cars in a line. That's a traffic jam in my cities. Look, well, there was almost. No, they've no. I see. Oh, see, little. Oh no, they've gone. Love that. Yeah. So there's no traffic. Yeah. Now see they've gone again. No backing up on the highway. And even once we put in the regional buses and get the commuters, because these guys are coming from the cash cow. They're driving all the way over from the cash cow. Um, so once we put in some of the regional transport, we won't even have this tiny little bit of traffic here, which is excellent. Love it. Okay, moving on. Oh man, you guys were ripping me a new one about what I said about the plastic stuff, about the plastic modules on the refineries. Data Genesis, Redzi, Wento, you guys were all telling me leave plastic alone. Couple of interesting things, and they're right in that with the now they've switched the global market on, and you've got fluctuating trade prices. You can have a situation where plastic is actually selling for more than fuel. And now Redzi came up with something, and if this is correct, I haven't actually researched this. I should have done. Um, if this is correct, and I have no reason to believe it's not correct, then this is a bit of a game changer. Redzi said if you convert oil to fuel, it's 1 to 1. So 1 barrel of oil converts into 1 barrel of fuel. But if you convert oil into plastic, 1 barrel of oil converts into 2 lots of plastic. I don't know what the amount is. Never mind. So if you're getting 2 for 1, then I'm thinking that like most of the time, if not virtually all the time, plastic might actually be better than fuel. So, I might just test that out at some point. Redzi, that's like a really good spot. Thank you for letting me know. I've passed it on. Good job. Wento did mention though, this is something to bear in mind, that the plastic modules on a refinery um, are not as space efficient as the fuel modules. So, something to balance the amount of space you've got versus how much profitability you're going to get. So there's a lot of things to look at. Now they've turned the global market on. There is a little bit of depth to this. You actually now have to think about, well, what am I going to put? What are the prices? Um, how am I going to balance this out? So that's actually a good thing. Excellent.